Hi, it's Fiona from GetYourRockOut. I'm here with Colt 45. Nice to meet you guys. Hi. So we're here in Preston, and you're from Cumbria, am I right?
That's correct. Yeah.
Right, fantastic, good job. And I noticed, because I have to say this first because it's the one thing that's playing on my mind, when I looked on Facebook, you list one of your influences as the Cumbrian weather.
You explain that.
Tell me, the Cumbrian weather, how does it influence your music?
Well, it's pretty wet, it's pretty grey, it's pretty cold, and all that contributes to a general feeling of, we always...
So it's more of it always wanting to be inside practicing rather than a general feeling of misery and gloom.
Having said that, our rehearsal room in the winter is like, what, freezing at best.
When we go in, I would say about minus 379.
By the time we get out,
and then by the time...
That's quite warm for Cumbria though, isn't it?
It's one of the warmer places in Cumbria.
We haven't changed our bio for a long time, so yeah, don't read too much into it.
It's funny because I interviewed a lot of bands last weekend, and they were all saying the same thing. I was saying, well, I saw this on Facebook, and they're like, well, who wrote that? Well, you did. So you're having a pretty good year at the moment, aren't you guys? You've just supported 3 Days Grace.
Yeah, just the night. It was excellent. It was probably, I think, definitely in terms of a single show, it was definitely our biggest sort of indoor show that we've ever played. It was sold out, loads of people in, and it was great. It went down really well.
Fantastic. Did you get out and meet people afterwards?
Yeah, we always try and get out at the end or even before. We're always by the merch desk, trying to flog our wares.
Yeah, so we can afford to get on.
Absolutely, yeah. About the merch.
I think it's important sort of sticking around and meeting the people who come down the front and listen to your music and obviously buy the tunes as well.
Yeah, it's nice that you do that. I think that's really important too.
I was going to say, London anyway is starting to become a really good place for us outside of Cumbria, because it's always been really difficult to keep getting out consistently because Cumbria's from, so far away from everywhere else. So we've really tried hard to hit London as much as possible, and it's just getting bigger and bigger every time we go down. So yeah, really good show, and it was nice coming into it after a really busy summer of festivals, because I think if we'd have done it before, we'd have maybe been a bit more daunted about it.
Yeah.
But having gone through the download and the Kendall Calling and all the other festivals we did, Merthyr Rocks, and we played a lot of festivals all over the place in the summer, so I think that set us up nicely for a really big show in London. It was great.
You felt well practiced.
Yeah, confident.
Good job. So you guys got an EP out at the moment?
An album. It came out in July on Visible Noise. End of July. It's called The Tide Is Turning, and you can get it now on HMV and Amazon, Spotify, all that good stuff. iTunes.
Good stuff. So you playing, do you have older stuff that you play, or is it mostly that you play as well? What will you be playing tonight?
Pretty much 50-50 the set at the moment.
Like we done when we signed to Visible Noise, we re-released our 2 EPs combined on one CD. So it's pretty, the set that we play now, it's pretty much 50-50 between the new album and the stuff off our older EP.
So the new stuff goes down better, or the old people like the old stuff? What's the feeling out there?
We've been playing all of it, even the new stuff off the Tide Is Turning. We've been playing most of the record live for a good year now. So to us, it doesn't really feel like there isn't as big a distinction between the old stuff and the new stuff anymore. We just enjoy the kind of combining. Exactly, that's it. We always say whenever we go and see a band live, and we do that a lot when we're not playing, we always say that we like to watch a band playing the songs that they want to play, rather than just doing
someone who goes through the motions and sort of plays all the hits. I would rather watch someone who plays what they want and is really into what they're playing at the time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think,
unfortunately, we haven't had any big hits yet, so nobody knows what we're playing. Exactly.
So who'd you like to go and watch live then? If you watch a lot of bands, who'd you like to go see?
Well, most of the time when we go and watch live bands, it's people that we're either on the same bill with or people that we're playing at a festival with. I think, I mean, when we go and see bands live on our own, when we're not playing, it's very few and far between sort of decent bands.
We all went to see Brand New last time they were over. We all went together, so that's definitely a band we're all into.
See them as well. And the Men Singers, we went to see the Men Singers.
We have little band trips out together.
That's nice, I'll go out together.
Don't see enough about each other.
So do you when you see a band live as a band now, are you really picky, or are you looking for tips? What are you doing when you're watching? Because it can't be the same experience as watching it just as a puncher if you're up there every week and you're doing it for yourself.
No, it is one of them difficult. What I always find, even when I'm watching it on TV, like Glastonbury and Reading and Leeds coverage, it's really difficult not to, you know, think about the sound guy and the production and whether or not they're playing with a click and all sorts of mad stuff that you just wouldn't think about if you were just enjoying it for what it was. So it is difficult to separate your kind of business head, if you like, from just enjoying it. Having said that, for me especially, I know the lads agree, music nowadays, because technology is what it is and producers are so good at what they do, for me it is really all about watching live music, and whether it's pop, punk, rock, metal, I'm not really bothered if it's done well live. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I think live music's where it's at. I always wonder with bands if it's the recorded version where they get the chance to go back and tweak it and twiddle it and add things that maybe they can't have on stage, and they add to the record. Is that the real deal, or is it three guys on the stage? Is that the real deal?
Of course it is. I mean, this is the thing, we're a three-piece, so even when we're in the studio, and fortunately when we did The Tide Is Turning, having joined Visible Noise, it was the first time we'd really had a decent amount of time to really enjoy that process, but at the same time we couldn't go crazy on, you know, loads of overdubs and terribly dynamic parts, because ultimately what we're about is, you know, three-piece punk rock band, and that's what we are live. We just go on and play. There's no, you know, there's no backing tapes, there's no clicks or anything like that. It's just, it is what it is. So the record has to, you know, exactly. Rather the live show has to represent the record honestly, and I think it does. It's a good balance. You know, we're never going to be able to get 16 guitars live on stage.
Well, no, absolutely.
Yeah, and I enjoy that part of the studio process as well. Thinking about, it's all about what you don't put in,
right?
Rather than filling it up with every single idea that you have. It's about, like, yeah, what you don't play sometimes.
You away in the studio, can't you? And you can be thinking, oh, should we have an organ there, or I don't know, some like.
Oh, we did have an organ on one track on the track.
Yeah, but we haven't played that live yet, so we'll see.
Do you think the danger might be then that you would mess with it until it became something that it wasn't in the
45? Yeah, totally. And we have lots of conversations. I mean, lots of the bands that we really like the most are all 4 pieces, 5 pieces. I mean, trios as well, but it's really important for us to keep the 3-piece dynamic. We're too used to it now, and adding anything else into the mix, I think, just would totally mess with, you know, what Colt 45 is. So yeah, it's about less is more, but making sure what is in there is the right for the song.
We'd only have 3 sort of elements. There's a lot of space for everything to sort of take its place and breathe and just whatever.
Just be more organic. Yeah, absolutely. Well, guys, it's been great to meet you. Thank you. I feel like I've had a bit of an in-depth chat now. It's been really cool. Thank you very much.
What's your favourite colour?
Oh, purple. Is that all right?
Yeah, purple.
I'm really looking forward to seeing your set later. Have a great set, and nice to meet you. Thanks very much, guys.
Cheers.
Bye.
Thank you.